What is good people? You are now listening to another episode of Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. I am your humble narrator, Danny Foxworth, and today we have an extremely special guest. When you think Orangeburg, if you like me and you be on the internets, there's only one name that's truly synonymous with the city of Orangeburg, and that's my guest that I have in the building, my man Sean, aka Orangeburg Slim. What's good, man?
Man, what's going on, man? Thank you for having me. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. I'm giving credit. I got to give credit where credit is due. So we're gonna start Orangeburg, the place where you grew up. So what was that like?
Man, I guess I'll preface it by saying I'm originally born in St. Andrews, South Carolina. It's a small area in Columbia, but I
Okay,
moved to Orangeburg when I was about 12. So and honestly, my mom went to school in Orangeburg. You know, my grandma's been in Orangeburg for 50 years. So when I was in my mother's womb, I was in Orangeburg. So, you know, I grew
word.
up going to my grandma's house, and then I eventually ended up living with my grandma when we moved down here. So I've been in Orangeburg since I was 12, man. And uh I always say the best way to describe it kind of is just it's unapologetically black, man. Just it's a black place. I think I want to say demographics are probably like 75% in the county. I think it's like something around there for just black people, man. So unapologetically black. Just you think of a small town in the South, definitely Orangeburg.
Yeah, 100%. Man, I remember going to games at Orangeburg Wilkinson and just being
Yeah.
taken aback at just like you walk in the gym, it's just black folks everywhere. And I was like, man, that's all right there, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I don't know if you know the history a little bit of Orangeburg, but so there's just one high school in the city, and that's Orangeburg Wilkinson. When the two high schools that were there, they had Orangeburg High School and Wilkinson High School. You know, before integration, during segregation, they had those two high schools. When they integrated, a lot of the people didn't want that, so they moved to the other side of town, and they have a white school. I don't want to call it a white school necessarily, but it's a private school, Orangeburg Preparatory, and then most of the black kids they go to OW. So I think in my graduating class, I maybe had maybe four white students, so everybody else is black. So
Wow.
that's the so when you go to OW, for sure, nothing but black people ever, man. Beautiful black people.
Damn, man, that's wow. Four white people in your
Yeah.
graduating class,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
then
I mean, it wasn't a huge class necessarily, but I think our class a couple hundred students, maybe about 200, 300. So it's not a huge class, but still, you know,
yeah,
only about four white students in the whole entire class.
wow. And then on top of that, you got both South Carolina State and Claflin University, which I have both family members that graduated from both schools, and I went to a state game. It's been years since I've been to a state game, but I went to when they played NC Central back in I think it was October of last year, and
Okay.
man, that's I had a good fun black ass time, man. I always enjoy going to them state games.
Yeah, it's good vibes, man. Like just good vibes. And I grew up going to games at state, and I did, man, summer camps at state, done summer camps at Claflin. My mom, her alma mater is actually state. She's a professor there now too. So
Okay,
what more can I say? I just love the HBCU experience. Is nothing like it. And even though I didn't end up going to either State or Claflin or HBCU, just you know, growing up in the community and going to those summer camps and always going to the games and just being on campus as a young kid when I was able to drive, man. A lot of my friends stayed on campus, so we used to just be on campus. Like we went there, so just it's nothing like it is what I always tell people.
that's the truth right there. So
Mhm.
when people go on your IG, I mean, the first thing that they see is just the eye for photography that you have,
Yeah.
and I love your aesthetic because it's like
Thank you.
there's colors, there's a specific warmth,
Thank you, man.
there's a
Thank you.
warmth to your photography that I
Yeah.
always dug, and
Thank
so
you.
absolutely, man, and so what started those creative juices in terms of photography?
Oh man. I think a lot of different things, man. So I think I get pretty much all of my creative stuff honest from my parents. My mom, she has a degree in business marketing, one of her degrees, and then my pops, he's got his oh man, I don't want to, he's gonna be mad if he sees this. I can't remember what his degree is in, but he did a lot of photography and art and stuff as when he was, growing up and in high school and everything. So I don't know, just being younger, just my parents showing me stuff that they used to do. My dad showing me his old photos and everything, and I was always in gifted and talented art classes. So I mean, I'm an artist by I guess by nature. I guess that's what I first started doing. And when I got in high school, I had a LG NV Touch phone. That was the one where it had the keyboard on one side and had the touch
Yep.
screen on the other side. So it had a pretty nice camera on it. So what I would do is, I mean, I just would take pictures of everything. And this is when I want to say like 2009, 2010, when Twitter was just kind of gaining prominence. It had been around for a couple of years, but it was gaining prominence. And I just started taking pictures of everything, man. Just taking pictures, taking pictures, taking pictures. And I think it was my senior year of high school, maybe my junior year of high school. I bought my first camera, but my first Nikon Coolpix camera.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been on ever since then. I was on the yearbook in high school. I did that, I think, my junior and senior year. I
Okay.
did yearbook. So I don't know, man. I just like to take pictures of everything. So I started just I would take pictures of anything, something on my desk. Just the sunset. It started off as like the sunset and the clouds and all that type of stuff, and it just morphed into what it is now. And I just love it. I love it.
Dope. So at what point did you, when you were taking pictures, did you say to yourself,
Mm.
man, I got a serious talent?
Man, it wasn't until maybe 2016, 2017 where I
Okay.
kind of realized it, and I started taking it serious. Um, I've been doing the merch and the everything like that for a long time now, for 10 years. And I was always looking for photographers to take pictures of the products and stuff. And I think I just got tired of having to, pay other people to do that. I'm a college student, didn't really have a whole bunch of money to just be paying photographers and everything like that.
Right.
And I wanted it to look a certain way. And so I figured, well, I mean, I'm all right with the camera. I got the little play camera that I got, and when I try it myself. So I started doing that. And I'd have like maybe my friends assist me when we were doing different shoots and stuff. I went to school at Coastal Carolina and Myrtle Beach, and
Okay.
I'd have my friends like take pictures of me, stuff like that. So I kind of coached them through it, or I'd get them to, get on the other side of the camera. And that's when I really just started realizing, man, I can just do this myself. So um kept that going for a little bit, doing my own photography, and I think other people started noticing me taking pictures, and just as the quality got better and better. And then somebody reached out to me to do their wedding reception in like 2016, and that's when I really realized, okay, I might be able to do something with this.
Man, that's awesome, man. The other people are able to see your talents too, and then
It's a blessing.
they render your services, and then them services rendered, turns into money in your pocket.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Can't beat that.
Mm-hmm.
So, who were some of your inspirations and influences in terms of your art?
Well, I guess for photography, I say my pops, kind of just him telling me, and showing me. He actually had one of his cameras. When I was growing up, he used to just show us the camera. It was a film camera, 35 millimeter film camera. They're just like kind of seeing the pictures that my parents used to take. So I say my parents. You got photographers like Gordon Parks, Jamal Shabazz.
Yes, sir.
Um, those are probably my two, I think, maybe biggest. And then there's a man by the name of Cecil Williams, actually from Orangeburg, South Carolina. A lot of people may have seen this photo as the picture of a fair skinned black man drinking from a white only fountain.
Yes.
That's Cecil Williams. And so that's actually my neighbor. We live in the same neighborhood. And
Wow.
that's my grandma. My grandma went to state she worked at State. She retired from State, so she met Mr. Cecil during that time. And Cecil's he photographed a lot of different things during the civil rights movement, and just a lot of just the Black diaspora, just a lot of stuff dealing with Black people in the South. And so he used to come over to the house sometimes and talk to us, and he dropped off a book one Christmas out of the box in Dixie. And that just blew my mind, seeing all these black and white photos during the civil rights movements and stuff in Orangeburg that I didn't know about, that I learned through the book. So he's definitely a huge inspiration. Mm-hmm.
Bro, I did not know he was from Orangeburg.
Mm-hmm. It makes me laugh when I see. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
that's okay.
When I see that picture floating around the internet, I'm like, man, that's that. I can go. I walk to his house right now, and he's good people for sure.
Yeah, because I'm very familiar with that picture, but wow, you just blew my wig back saying that he was from Orangeburg, man.
Yeah, he's from Orangeburg. And it's crazy because I've seen people use it for like for album artwork and cover art for their singles and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, if y'all only knew that man is a legend where I'm from. And so yeah, we respect him in the city. He's done a lot for the civil rights movement, just the city of Orangeburg.
Great man. Mm-hmm. So going into talking about, when you were mentioning your merch, the Sabal Palm company. So what was the impetus behind you starting that company?
So with that, I started my first brand in high school. I was probably 17 at the time. It was by the name of Cultured Craft. Mm-hmm. And so what I would do is I was selling little pinback buttons that they go on hats or whatever, your jean jacket. Jean jackets were really big at the time. I was in high school, so around like 2011, 2012. The jean jackets and the snapbacks were really big. So I started making buttons with my logo on it. And that slowly over time morphed into Sabal Palm. I made the first Sabal Palm shirt. I was in college. I was in my sophomore year at Coastal Carolina, and it just kind of came from just, I feel like people kind of had a lack of pride in being from South Carolina. I think I don't know, I maybe had a skewed lens. I was younger at the time. I think me and my peers, a lot of us kind of weren't prideful of being from South Carolina. So just on the internet one day, and I'm looking up all the stuff about South Carolina. I used to be big on like Google and Wikipedia and all those things, just reading hours and hours of history and stuff. So I learned about the Sabal Palmetto, which is the state tree. And I just thought it was cool, shorten the name, say Sabal Palm. And I just wanted to represent longevity and durability, because, they used the Sabal Palmetto for the Civil War, like during these certain fights around Charleston and Fort Moultrie and all those different places. They used the Sabal Palmetto as the like barricades, because the trajectory, all the stuff that was flying at it would bounce off. So I don't know. I just kind of took that and wanted to repurpose that and make it the Sabal Palm brand. So that's how that started. And we're 10 years in the game now.
10 years, man. Dude, take a bow. Seriously.
Thank you.
Sabal Palm. I'm rocking the Sabal Palm too, man. I'm supporting the brand, man.
I appreciate that.
All about putting my folks on. So now, as far as future aspirations, what are you what are your future aspirations like in terms of your brand?
Man, it's a loaded question, man. There's so much I want to do. I guess for the brand, I kind of want to become a household name. That's always been my goal. So I'm trying to branch out and do things for my city and for the state, just to represent and just, infiltrate people's minds and their social media and everything, and just branch out. I want to be a household name, but there's so much more to it. I want to do podcasting. I want to do, I want to do nonprofit stuff. I want to get into so many different avenues. And one of my biggest goals is I want to be able to open up a content creator studio for the kids and for, just younger people that, don't necessarily have an avenue to get into. And I mean, if they want to explore the creative side, and then they can go to the content, creator studio. in the communities where I'm from, maybe, you know, in a couple of different places. That's the ultimate goal, you know, to do that. Just be able to give back to my community, man. That's what I see in the future.
I love that, man. I love that. Just planting the seeds and planting those little creative seeds in the minds of the youngins. And there was something else. Like I saw it in Colombia, y'all had a get together, like a photo shoot get together up on it looked like the top of the parking garage, man. And that looked so dope to me. Just
Yeah, man, that was fun. That
seeing
was
all
fun. That was sorry to keep cutting you off.
that's
Sorry.
okay.
But that was the my homegirl's actually from Charleston. Nora, Raven, and Jules, they have a collective called the Carolina Creatives, and they've been doing their thing down in Charleston and kind of in the Low Country in the area, um, doing the photo walks. And you know, we just all meet up, models and photographers, everybody get together. So this was the first one in Columbia, and it was a pretty good turnout, man. Like, you know, just being able to meet other creatives and people. You know, we had people that don't even necessarily blog or do anything like that. They just wanted to come out and see what was going on. So, you know, we all met up at the top, one of the parking garages downtown. And we were out there for hours, man. Just we even did a yoga circle and all that. It was cool, man. It's just
Wow.
a different experience. So, you know, got to take pictures and connect with a lot of different creatives and photographers, models, dancers, bloggers, vloggers, everything, man. So, you know, we want to keep doing that in the future, you know, to keep it going and being able to build a network for South Carolina.
That's so fire, man. And Raven, is that New Moon Visuals?
That
Got you.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the homie, man. That's she's a really she's good people, you know, and I've known Raven, man, maybe since like 2016, 2017. I used to be in Charleston all the time, man, just exploring Charleston and just Ladson and North Charleston, all those areas, just being around and just, you know, just immersing myself in the area. So yeah, New Moon Visuals, yeah.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta get her on the pod too, because I love her.
For
I love
sure.
her photography too. So now we're gonna get into the
Yeah,
five
she's a
yeah.
wonderful spirit.
Yeah, and it shows in her work too. So now we're going to get to the 5 question segment. So the first and last question I ask every guest I have on here, questions 2 through 4 are 100% random. So question number 1, what were the ideal
Okay.
items on Slim school lunch tray?
Oh man. Let's see. Hmm. So I'll say we had an a la carte line. You know, most schools got the a la carte where you can go, you don't get the regular school lunch, but you can pay, you know, whatever amount to get the special items. So I would, if I had the money, because I got free and reduced lunch until I was up until like maybe the 11th or 12th grade. So I had to
Okay.
bring my own, I had to ask for money or somehow get the money to get an a la carte line. I get like the chicken strips, and the French fries, and that was this chicken strips, French fries, or the little Tony's pizzas. The
Yeah.
Tony's pizzas I think that's I don't know, man. School lunch was I didn't know I didn't really enjoy school lunch like that. It wasn't my thing. I used to pack lunch or you know my mom would make something or I get in the hop in the a la carte line. But yeah, I don't know. Those the chicken strips, the fries, the Tony's pizzas, stuff like that.
Bird. Question number 2, what's the best concert you ever attended?
The best concert I ever attended. I haven't been to many. I'm not a huge on big crowds like that.
Yeah.
But in 2018, I went to see me and my girlfriend. We went to go see the Internet. I don't know if you're familiar with the Internet. We went to
Yeah.
go see them in Charlotte, and that was. I think that might be the best concert I've ever been to. It was. I don't. We were in there for a long time, but they performed so many songs, and it was the vibes, and there was like good turnout. But that's definitely the best concert I've ever been to.
Man, and I hear they put on a fire ass show too. I've yet to see them perform live, but that's definitely on my list.
if they ever do, please go. We're waiting. Like we trying to wait to see when they're gonna put out an album or go on tour again, because it was fire. Like, and it was in a more intimate setting. It was at it might have been I don't want to, it might have been the Fillmore in Charlotte, but
Okay.
definitely a smaller venue. But it was packed. It was packed, and just the vibes and they're crazy. The instrumentation, the artistry, everything on stage, the lighting, it was like A1 from start to finish. And that was, if I wish I could go back and like relive that moment again.
Man, and you mentioned in Charlotte, I'm gonna call an audible here, and I'm gonna make question number three a two-part question. So,
Okay.
question 3A, what's your favorite restaurant in Columbia?
Ooh. Okay. Favorite restaurant in Columbia. Oh man. There's so many. I feel like I've been to, me and my girlfriend have been to almost every place here. There's a place downtown called Saludas. It's above, I want to say, a Starbucks. It's like it's a small little restaurant. It's like upscale eats, I guess.
Yes.
That might be my favorite. If we talking like luxury stuff, that might be my favorite. If we talking about something that's just like fast and easy to get, uh, hmm, I really can't think. I don't know, man. I just go with Saludas. That's probably like my
Okay.
favorite restaurant in Colombia. I wish I could find something that do the luxury and the cheaper food, but I can't think of anything, man. It's a lot of food up here.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was up
Yeah.
there. I was up there last Saturday, and I hit up Piece of Soul.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Okay.
enjoyed
Okay.
it. Now,
You
question
liked
three.
it? Okay.
Yeah, I loved it. And question 3B, what's your favorite restaurant in Charlotte?
Favorite restaurant in Charlotte. That's a hard one too, man. Like that's one of my other favorite places to go. Let's see. Ooh, I went to this restaurant for my birthday last year, Dressler's. Dressler's. It's trying to remember what part of Charlotte it's in, but it's connected to like all the mall. It's one of not like South Park area or anything, but it's connected to one of the malls or like a shopping area, but Dressler's. It's a I guess you would call it upscale eats again too, but it's more like relaxed, and they got a lot of like soul food and stuff on their menu, just kind of with twists on it, like newer modern twist on it. But Dressler's definitely.
Oh, I've never heard of Dresslers. I need to get
You got
involved.
you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go for sure. They got good drinks too. I had an old fashioned. I had one old fashioned, and that old fashioned I was good for the rest of the night.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
word. Question number 4, because I know you're also an outdoorsman. So, what's the best mountain view that you've bared that your eyes have bared witness to?
Okay, that the best one. There's a place. It's Wildcat Rock. That is. It's in. Ooh, trying to remember where in North Carolina it's at. It's in North Carolina. Once you start getting up in those mountains, it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where you at. But
Yeah.
it's in North Carolina. We did it was maybe, man, we might have been out there. I want to say like 5 or 6 hours that day, all
Wow.
the way up and then all the way down, because it was a steep. It was like want to say we were probably about 4,000 feet, 4,000 feet elevation. So we went from bottom to top, and took breaks along. They had waterfalls and pretty much everything you could think of along the way. And that one, it's a small overlook. It's like maybe the size of this room, maybe if that. And you had to take turns to kind of get up there to see everything. But that
Mm-hmm.
was the most breathtaking thing I've ever seen and ever. Like you can hear everything up there too. It's quiet. You can hear the wind. You can hear things off in the distance. It's like a different level of peace and quiet up at the top of the mountain. But yeah, that's definitely Wildcat Rock in North Carolina.
Wildcat Rock. And you are not lying about the atmosphere just being so different. I remember my first time going up to Table Rock and getting to the top and just
Okay.
noticing how quiet it was. I was like,
Yeah.
holy smokes, this is
Man, I love hiking.
yeah, me too. Me too.
Love hiking. What's your can I ask you a question? What's your
Yeah.
favorite trail?
Man, my favorite trail, I really have you been to Lake Jacassie?
Man, I that is on my bucket list. I've been trying to go for some years now. Everybody else, when I always suggested, they're not really into it, but I
Yeah,
know that it's beautiful up there, man. I've been wanting to go for the longest time.
yeah. That's my favorite view right there is Lake
Okay.
Jacassie.
Okay. I'm gonna have to add that to the list, and I'm gonna try to make that happen this year because I've been wanting to go for so long.
Word. And last question. What was the last thing that really made you laugh?
The last thing that really made me laugh, um, I don't know. I feel like I laugh all day, every day. I play a lot. I'm a jokester. Trying to think of what's the last thing that made me laugh, like a good hearty laugh, or I cried or something like that. Uh, I watch a lot of stand up. Um, I'm trying to think of what's something. I watch a lot of old like Bernie Mac stand up,
Oh, you can't go wrong
and
with
I'm a
that.
I'm a that's yeah I'm a Bernie Mac fan. I'm a Cedric the Entertainer fan. I watch a lot of the Kings of Comedy when they've done different cities. So I've been watching like not the what you see on like Netflix or the streaming channels, but they have the recordings of them in each city that they've been to, and all there are
Yeah.
nuances in each one where it's slightly different. They might tell a different joke. But I was watching I think I was watching Bernie Mac the other night, and that was probably where I got a really good laugh at. Yeah.
Oh, man. There was a Bernie Mac thread on Twitter too, like maybe 2 or 3 days ago. And yeah,
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly, man.
Yeah, can't go wrong with the Bernie. I'm a Bruce fan, John Witherspoon, George Wallace, uh, a lot. I like stand up. I actually, if I don't have the talent for it, but I love to like just be like a road manager or something for a comic. I don't know. I just like the atmosphere, just the comedy, man.
Cool, cool. So anything you want to plug or promote, the floor is yours.
Um, Not really, man. I just want to tell people, man, if you ever get a chance, if you're in South Carolina and you're watching since we last spoke, please go to Orangeburg. Go to Orangeburg, just take in the community, go on South Carolina State University's campus, go to Claflin University. Or if you ever you want somewhere to go, hit me up. Ask me where to go, and check out the Sabal Palm brand, Sabal Palm Creative Agency, pretty much on all social media platforms. I think it's Sabal Palmetto on Instagram. Um, that's about it, man. Go to Orangeburg. That's and experience the state of South Carolina. Go to Orangeburg, experience the state of South Carolina. Go to Charleston. Go to the Low Country. If you watching this anywhere, South Carolina, come to South Carolina.
But go to Orangeburg. You owe it to yourself.
You do.
Man, this is great to finally chop it up with you, man. I had a lot of fun recording with this, man.
Yeah, no, I love this, and I appreciate you for having me, man. I've been wanting to tap in with you for a long time, man. I've been watching what you do, and I admire what you do, and you keep doing your thing, man. Keep up the good work.
Come on, man. The sun just went down. You're already about to make me break down crying. So, man, if y'all are listening, appreciate it. Make sure you like, download, and subscribe to Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. Check out the video on YouTube. You can subscribe to my channel. I'm at Danny Foxworth843. Make sure you follow Orangeburg Slim on IG. It's at Oberg Slim. And for Sean and myself, this has been another episode of Since We Last Spoke. And until next time, peace.